Alright, so here we are in my Blender scene. You can see here that I have 4 characters all lined up here. I said earlier, and I'll say it again, it's a really good idea that if you want to make several different types of poses with only single characters for like thumbnails, it's a really good idea to only have them all in one single project, like a new project every single time you want to make a new character pose. It saves you a lot of storage, and it also saves you a lot of time, especially with stuff like lighting. I will show you how I get the lighting set up for you guys. Just throwing that out there. If you want to make several poses with several different characters for single shots, for like thumbnails, maybe even creative thumbnails and whatnot, this is the best way to do it in one single project. But for this video, I'm going to be making a new one for you guys just to show you how I get it all set up. So the first thing that you guys should obviously do is have your Fortnite porting add-on downloaded. I'm gonna make a separate video. I know, like, it sucks that you're watching me how to do this and you want to know how to get it. It is extremely easy, and if you don't want to wait for me to make a video, go find someone else to do it. But long story short, you guys will get another video from me shortly on how to get this downloaded. Nonetheless though, Fortnite porting is a free add-on for Blender, and the models can also go into 3ds Max and whatnot, and Unreal Engine if that is what you want to do. But if you're like me and you're using Blender, you're already set and done. So we'll just choose any skin, and yeah, by the way, like, it's any skin you can think of is in here, including, I believe, like NPCs. So if you wanted to do stuff with like the henchmen or marauders or like the cube monsters, they're all there for you. I think what we'll do is we'll just scroll and we'll choose a skin. We'll just choose one random skin. We'll go with Draken. You can see here you can even choose the edit styles. Now, fair warning, some of these edit styles do not carry over to the export, so sometimes you do have to fix them on your own, but a good majority of the time they do make it over just fine. So we'll just do with the basic Draken Steel hybrid, and we'll just export him, and we'll check our scene, and there you go. He is here in our blend file. And if you go to the texture viewport, you can see that almost everything has carried over. The metals are reflective, the skin color, everything. His eyes do have this certain lighting to them, but if you don't care that much, that's understandable. But yes, you can see here, this is a fully rigged character model, and you can do whatever you want with it. Even, yeah, you can do like whatever you want with it. If I was to go here, you can do this. Yeah, it's all here, and including the tail. If you're doing a character with a tail, it is going to be a different rig. You'll see it right here where my mouse is. So this is the character model rig, and this is the tail rig. Nonetheless though, still works just fine. You might just have to conjoin them once you're done. But yeah, and also I should have mentioned this too, if you don't want to use the basic rig, you can also go here into the default rig and change it to the tasty rig, which is a way more advanced rig, but it's a lot easier to use and it's a lot more comfortable once you get a little more experience with it. But for now, we'll just go with the basic rig that you are given with the exported model. I think another thing too to take into consideration when you're about to make a pose is please use a reference. If you're hearing from people that, oh, if you're using a reference, you're cheating. No, you're not. You are doing just fine. Everyone uses references, and me personally, I do believe Pinterest is the best one for poses. Now, I am gonna warn you, Pinterest is kind of a slot fest right now. It's either full of AI generated photos or overly sexual photos. That's something that you don't want to see. You can find other places. I really can't think of any other places or websites where you can find good poses. I just use Pinterest because it's the most easiest accessible place for poses. So if we look at our character, I mean, obviously it's Draken hybrid, it's a dragon ninja. So I thought it was a good idea to go into Pinterest and look up a ninja pose. And I think I'm gonna go with this one. I think this one is pretty easy to do. Looking at like the legs and whatnot, obviously you can't see like the full legs, but you can see like this goes up, this curves in, and then like this curves in a lot, comes straight down. You get the point. So I would say absolutely without a doubt to please make sure that if you want to be a little bit ambitious with your poses, go for it. just don't be super ambitious to where you feel like you're not gonna get it done, because trust me, I have exported at least about 5 or 6 character models into my scenes and have just deleted them all entirely halfway post, because I was like, okay, this is too much and I cannot do it. And I'm gonna show you guys how I actually get it set up. So I'm gonna go to my collection. Do not put it in here. It's not gonna do anything, but it's just really important that you kind of stay organized with it. Click on the -Y or Y or whatever axis. You're gonna go to object mode, Shift A. You're gonna go to image. You're gonna go to mesh plane. You're gonna go to your desktop, and you're gonna find the photo. I usually try and look at the time, so I think this is it right here. Oh, there it is. There you go. And it's in our scene. We're gonna drag it up. I'm gonna do RZ90. Okay. And it is flipped around. If you want to leave it like that, that's fine, but I'm gonna do it again. So I'm gonna do RZ180. And it is here behind our character model. It is clipping, but don't worry, we'll fix that in just a second. I'm gonna scale the reference photo to the size of my model, so about right there is good. Click on the -X or X, whatever works, and move it back. Then you're gonna select your photo, Shift A, or sorry, not Shift A, Control C, or Shift E. And you're gonna copy paste your photo. And what I do at least is I put it on the side. I have 2 reference photos. I have one directly behind the character model and one on the side. That way I have 2 references, but it makes me feel that I'm a little more accurate with my posing. So I think that's a really good tip for anyone. Number 1, have a reference, and number 2, have them in several different angles. So now we can get to the really fun part, and we can actually start to pose our model. Click here, and I am going to select bones. This is kind of where I'm probably just going to leave it to you guys, because I don't know what character or pose, whatever you guys are going to be doing. But I think some good starting points that I'll be giving you guys is, number 1, you can see that for the reference that the body is slightly rotated just a little bit. So I'm going to grab, I think this one, yep, right here. I am going to just rotate it a little slightly right there. You can see here that the head is facing straight at us, looking down just a little. So I'm just gonna do that, bring it down. And also too, you can grab here in between all these lines and have like this nice circular wherever you want, versus just like on an axis. So that it can look real nice. All right. And now you can see here for one of the legs, this leg is out in front, this one is out to the side. So I'm gonna grab, this should be the bone for his leg, yep. I'm gonna just look up, bring it in, bring it out just a little, oh, wrong one. All right, and also you can distort the model a little bit just depending on like what angle you're using. I'm just gonna drag it out just a little bit. I'm gonna grab that, right there should be good. Yep. And I'm gonna come down here, grab his ankle, flatten that. There we go. And now for the second leg, I'm gonna grab this should be the other one. Yep, this is the other leg bone right here. Rotate that. And I'm going to drag that out. I'm actually gonna just bring that in just a little bit more. That way he's not doing like the splits. That right there, and you can see that his leg is not only rotated, but it's also floating. We're gonna fix that in a little bit, but for now, rotate that. And I'm actually gonna, once again, you can also deform it however you want, depending on like the angle that you're gonna take the photo from. I'm actually just gonna drag this down just a little bit. It's not gonna be like the most noticeable one, like the most noticeable deformation ever, but, and so you can also see here that he is down a lot. Like he's kind of squatting just a little. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select all these bones, and I'm just gonna bring the model down, right? I'm gonna grab the leg bones. I think I'm just gonna drag them up a little. I'm gonna go to the side here. Let me see here. The side right here. Just bring this up. Bring this down. We'll do the same thing over here. This should be the leg bone. Nope. Is this it? Nope. Kind of keep missing it. Nope. Where is that leg bone? Hello. Is this it right here? There it is. All right. Bring that out. Grab his knee. We're gonna bring that down. All right, we are looking good. We are looking real good. And so now what I'm also gonna do is I'm gonna grab his shoulder. That should be his shoulder, right? No, that's not his shoulder. No, I think it is. Just gonna bring that down. That way it deforms all of the parts. Also take into consideration if your model has armor like this, make sure you notice when it is not clipping, because I don't think anyone would want to see a render with it clipping like that. Like, that's bad. That's very noticeable versus something like this. Right there's good, yeah. And you can also just rotate them to however you want. Forearms are a completely different story. They will deform really, really bad no matter what you do. But if you're doing a certain pose with your forearm, cover it up. And also you can see here with like these fins, I kind of want to keep the fins of the armor in the final render, so I'm just going to select that. I'm just going to bring it down just ever so little. Right there should be good. So now for the other one, you can see here on our reference photo that his arm right here is a little more relaxed, his shoulder's down, it's out super far. We can play with that distortion just a little bit, so I'm going to select that right there. Oh, dang. Man, this rig is not working with me today, I swear. Not. Oh, wait, no, we're good. I think we got it. Yep. I'm just going to bring that down. I'm going to grab his elbow. I'm going to bring that out. And I'm going to flip it just right there. And another thing that you can actually do is you can also just flat out tuck certain joints away if you don't want them there for like a certain, like I said, for like a certain angle, something like this. But also still, please take into consideration the clipping of armor pieces and whatnot. So we're just gonna grab this bone, I think, and fix it right there. Perfect. Now for the hand. Now the hands are normally where a lot of people get stuck. Is like, how do I make a proper fist? How do I make the fingers look good without it looking blocky and chunky and a little artificial like? So I'm actually going to show you guys a really nice trick, and I probably should have turned it on earlier when showing off like the rest of the modeling and the posing. So you can see here on the top where it says global, change that to local. Right now, let's say I want to do a fist. I'm just going to select all 4 of these. I'm just going to rotate them. Look at that, they close in naturally, just like that, and they extend out naturally. This is a huge lifesaver, like a absolutely huge lifesaver. And you can obviously change it to whatever you want. If you don't like the way they're all like scrunched up like that, maybe you want to take this one and move it out a little bit, but it's a really nice thing to have. So if we look at the reference photo here, we can see that his hand is straight on a side, and all of his fingers, like this one is the lowest, curls in, second lowest curls in, middle curls up, his pointer finger is straight up, and his thumb is curved in. And I'm going to pose this hand. I'm going to speed it up for a little bit. Alright, so I'm back, and now if I was to turn off, oh, wrong one. If I was to turn off that rig, you can see here we have a nice looking hand here. Not exactly one-to-one, but you can also obviously, I'll probably just go back and fix the rotation of the hand, but I think as of right now where it is, it does look pretty good. I think the fingers are bent in a pretty good natural way. They don't feel blocky, they don't feel weird. And I did extend this one a little bit out and up, but once again, at this exact angle where I'm going to be rendering, it doesn't look noticeable at all, which I think is something really good to take into consideration. If you play with your perspectives correctly, you can do whatever in the ever-loving hell you want with these guys, and you won't have to suffer any consequences. So now, let's focus on right here for this hand holding the sword. Now, I did do this off camera. I did bring in a sword. I brought in the kinetic blade because I thought, why not? This is where the local transformation comes in, because like this will save you so much time. So I'm gonna enable his rig real quick, and I'm going to go to pose mode. I'm gonna look here. You can see the hand like right there. It's perfect. So I'm just gonna this, and also yeah, once again, play with your perspective. If you need to break something every once in a while, it's totally fine. I think right there should be good. Also get into consideration with like how he has like these talon fingers. You know, you can you gotta be a little bit more careful with the talon fingers, that way they don't look a little too funky, but it's not gonna be like the end of the world. I think right there's good. I'm not gonna put in like 110% effort into this pose for the video. It's just a practice pose, so as long as you just notice that you're getting a little bit better with them, you'll do just fine here. And right there's good. I don't even have to deal with the green one. I'm gonna select these bottom three here. Actually, no, these bottom three right here. Just bring that in. You can see how just nicely all those just came in. I'm actually gonna deselect that one. I'm gonna bring that in, and you can see the like they did curve in for me, which is really nice, but they did like scrunch up way too close for my liking at least. So I'm just gonna right there's good. Then for the pinky. Pinkies are usually the most trickiest for me personally, but they're not the end of the world. Now, rotate, bring that in, make sure the clipping isn't. I think right there is pretty good. Let's turn that off. Probably gonna fix that. The sword is kind of making it look a little funky. Bullshit rigs ever when it comes to fingers and especially eyes. I think Fortnite models have like the worst eye rigs ever. That's for another time. And there we go. You can see. Let me just turn that off. There we go. You have your fully posed Fortnite model. And besides the tail.
A few moments later.
All right. There you go. There's your full Fortnite pose. And obviously you can make some final adjustments if you want. We're gonna go into the rendered pose, and here you are. Doesn't he just look so nice? Look at him go. And yeah, there you have it. Not only do you have your lighting setup and a posed character, you can now just put any other character model in this save file, pose them, and you won't ever have to worry about redoing your lights or anything like that. This is why I said earlier, make one project file only for all of your single character render. But yeah, I'll get a final render shot for you guys for the end of this video, but I hope this definitely helped, and I do hope that you guys learned a little thing, and that this is my normal workflow and how I get these quick and easy pose practices in. I usually try and do one, if not two a day, or every other day. That way my hands are warm, and that way I just maintain and improve my skills in posing, because posing and animating and all sorts of stuff like that takes a super long time. But I promise, as you keep doing it, you will get better at it. It just takes time. But that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys found it interesting how I do my workflow. But besides that, that's all I have to say. If you enjoyed what you saw, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you beautiful people later. See ya.